Hello everyone, welcome back to Automation in BeamNGdrive. My name is Tim, and today we're going to go back into the past for this video. We're going to go back to a time before the turbine thrasher you see on the loading screen right there. We're going to go long before that. We're going back to the very beginning, specifically a time when I had none of my cars in automation. None of these cars existed. Instead, I had just one. And that is this car right here. You might have seen this car before. In fact, this was actually the first car ever made in automation. Unfortunately, it no longer exists, so let's recreate it in automation to its full glory so it can someday drive in BeamNGdrive. Now, for this car, we're going to need to choose a body that's relatively good size. I'm saying something like 2.5 meter wheelbase or something like that because I still remember a lot of details of this car. It had 7-liter V10, about 900 horsepower, was rear-wheel drive, and wasn't exactly the best. So yeah, let's just get that. Our body of choice is a 2009 coupe, specifically the 2.7 meter wheelbase version. Of course, it's going to be carbon fiber with a monocoque, carbon fiber chassis, front longitudinal because we can't make it mid-engine. Now, front wishbone, rear pushrod. As I said earlier, the engine in question is a 7-liter V10, making about 900 horsepower, and this one right here I really like because the top covers for the valves, you can actually see them moving underneath because it's transparent. I'm going to give this thing a really low quality exhaust. Yeah, about 880 horsepower, about as much as it actually made. And you know what? I think this thing is wonderful. Let's test out what it sounds like as well, because I'm certain this thing is going to sound absolutely fantastic. The best way I can describe what I just heard is kind of like an LFA from Wish. That's kind of how I can describe this. Imagine if someone bought a Lexus LFA off of Wish. That's basically what this thing is. But this version's more powerful than the actual LFA. So yeah, that's different. Now, the original car itself was just the standard automation red, so I might not even change the color of this thing. I might change it slightly into a different version of red, maybe one that's slightly less shiny or more vibrant. I'm not entirely sure, but looking at this, we have plenty of color options to choose from. After some thinking, I've decided that I'm going to put some more vibrant red on this thing. A color that is just better, more brighter, and just overall just a more vibrant paint shade because I don't want the standard automation paint color because I just kind of don't. It's not the type of red I want. That's like a more shiny, normal red. I want like matte, super bright neon red kind of like this yellow but red. That's kind of what I want. So I made a copy of it, and now I'm planning on just making it red, but I'm looking at it. Yep, here it is. This is what I'm looking at. This is the type of red I want. I think this is a wonderful shade of it. Okay, less flake makes it slightly more shiny, but you know what? This is a good amount of shine. Okay, yeah, I think 40 shine is good. It's not too shiny, but it's not too matte. And this is going to be bright red. That's what this paint color is going to be, and I think it's just going to be pretty nice. Not just on this car, but on some other cars as well. It's not my favorite color. Orange still holds that title, but this car, the color of it is fantastic, and it's a homage to the original that I think is really good, and it encapsulates what was so good about that car. We're going to use black chrome for the support structure for the car, specifically the A-pillars. For the sake of tradition, I'm going to keep the Steelies, and we're of course going to get rear-wheel drive. I remember it probably being an automatic with like 10 speeds, maybe 9 at the time, because I don't know if the game even had 10 speeds back when I first designed it. Yeah, it gives super high top speed. We're probably going to do a clutched limited slip differential, because why not? Let's try one of these radial race tires, and now that I think about it, I don't really like these radial race tires, like, at all. Like, they would be good on a race car, but not for these. Not for street cars, so probably one of the bottom 3 options on just regular radial. Now that I think about it, I think semi-slicks would work best. Not for cornering, but just overall traction, because they're basically top-fuel dragster tires with just a slight bit of traction. When I mean a slight bit of traction, I mean a slight bit of grooves inside of them. They actually have those, and I think they look better than just normal drag tires, because they kind of resemble normal tires as well. Now, since this is going to be a supercar, we need to give this thing nice, big tires. Not big in diameter, but big in width, because this thing needs lots of traction. Pretty much all the traction it could possibly get. And also, we need somewhat wide front tires in order to get actually good front handling, because those also supply traction as well. We're going to do carbon ceramic for both the front and the back. Big giant brake calipers in the front, small brake caliper in the rear. And you know what? We're going to do a somewhat race setup for this. Aerodynamics, we're going to do race diffuser for best downforce. Cooling airflow, 100. Now, this thing, I'm not sure what the aerodynamics is, but let's see. Oh, okay, we need to get it lower. I think, yeah, I think that 0.231 is pretty darn good. We're giving it sport interior with premium infotainment. That's what we're going to do for that. And now, driver aids, we're going to give it just a regular electric steering, ECS plus LC for launch control, advanced safety. We're also going to make it pretty lightweight, and I think that we should put most of the weight in the rear, because this thing is very much front heavy, especially the fact that it has a 7-liter V10 in the front. Active sport, semi-active, passive. I'm probably just going to do the sport or race preset, because that's the easiest to get, and also, I just like that, because I like the game having presets, and I think it's pretty nice of them, because some people just don't know how to tune a suspension, and I feel like that's a good setting for some people. The ride height's at 238, and so far, the car actually looks good. Does that $1.2 million? Oh my, that's a lot. But yeah, 11 miles per gallon, not bad for something with this much power. In fact, that's actually better than the other car, but now it's fixture time. Now, I'm going to make it look just like the original. In fact, I'm actually going to have a reference picture on the side, because I really like that car a lot. Like, that car is one of my favorite cars I've ever made in automation. We're going to put some side vents there, a hood vent. We're going to give this thing dual exhaust, and you know what? We're also going to give this thing a door vent, and it's going to be made of chrome in order to have accuracy to the original. Now, this thing, the taillights are actually something that were complicated for me. Yeah, I'm not exactly good when it comes to taillights, so let's give it this Miata-ish looking taillights. Now, the interior itself, the interior isn't exactly what you'd consider the best, so I decided I'm just going to make it with just whatever technology I want, and just however I want it. Well, that's kind of what I do normally, but this interior right here is going to look just like a McDonald's play place, pretty much. We're going to give seats that are red, flooring that's yellow, a dashboard that's red. It's going to have 2 pedals, since this is an automatic, because it needs as many gears as possible. But yeah, right in here, we're also going to put some door panels. I'm not sure if they're off-road or sport or something like that. They're probably off-road, knowing me, because I actually kind of like them. Let's put the window openers in the same place that a Land Rover has them. Yeah, all right next to the actual window and not on, like, the armrest of the door. So, yeah, we're going to put this, change some textures up so it doesn't look as cheap, and yeah, the reason I'm stopping is because I'm just liking to admire just what I'm making, and also, let's put a sunroof in it, and let's change a few things to black chrome as well. And so far, I think what we built is actually pretty good. It's going to be called the Turbine Thrasher, and the trim level is going to be, of course, V10, based off of the amount of cylinders it has, because there's a V12 Turbine Thrasher. This is the V10 version, and it's also naturally aspirated. Anyway, let's go to BeamNGdrive. Now, we're currently in BeamNGdrive. Unfortunately, the car is not red, which is kind of sad, but I will admit it does look pretty cool in black with chrome as well. I will admit it looks pretty cool, but we're going to have to rev it and see what it sounds like, because cars in BeamNGdrive kind of sound different from cars in automation for some reason, and I think this car is going to sound even better in BeamNGdrive. Now, it's not revving super high, but on the good news, it can do kinda a burnout. It's not very good, but let's go! That was actually pretty good, I'm not even gonna lie about that. And here's the interior, I'm just giving you a quick glimpse of it. And now, let's go to the drag race. As you can see, I'm currently inside my Turbine Thrasher V12 model. The V10 model is that white car right there, because automation and BeamNGdrive don't like to get along over what color a car should be. So yeah, let's go. I gave them a little head start, but I just know we're gonna win. This is 6.5 second quarter mile. Okay, that one was 6.6 seconds, but still. I just want to know what the quarter mile time of the V10 Turbine Thrasher is, because I'm going to be pretty impressed if that car did like a sub 9 second, and oh my, 8.93, which I'm fairly certain is comparable to that new Dodge Demon 170. I'm fairly certain that V10 Turbine Thrasher is comparable. Now let's go back to the Turbine Thrasher V10, our special guest of today, and I'm not gonna lie, it kind of looks like 3 different cars built into one. It kind of looks like a Miata from the back, a Lexus LFA from Wish in the exhaust, and from the front, kind of like a Porsche. I'm not sure which Porsche, but it looks like a Porsche to some way. And now, I'm just gonna say it, this car handles pretty good for being rear-wheel drive. And you know what? We're gonna take it a little place. We're just gonna take it driving for the rest of the video, just exploring, just doing little shenanigans and stuff like that. And I just can't get over just how much I love this car. I think it's wonderful. Now, I think that we should take it around the track some. Not around the whole track, because I do want to head somewhere different for this car, because I want to head somewhere we have not been in a decently long amount of time. But yeah, track-wise, this car isn't the best, but it's better than I expected. Like, it is genuinely better than I expected. I thought it would be, like, it's sliding all over the place and stuff like that, but no. I don't even think I put a front splitter on, and this thing is still handling pretty good. Even at like 80 miles per hour, this thing is still handling turns pretty well. Well, more like 60, but still. This thing just... I just like this thing, especially its sound. Now we pass under the bridge and pass over the finish line. Definitely going the wrong way, but, well, we crashed. That's sad and all, but I think this would be a perfect place to transition to our new location. Italy! We are currently in Italy right now, where all supercars... Yeah, Italy is basically like the holy land of supercars, because Ferrari, Lamborghini, Pagani, Maserati, and a bunch of other companies that make supercars are from Italy. And the thing is, what is more Italian than a supercar? Think about it. Italy does supercars really good, like better than a lot of places. And the thing about Italy, there's just so many cool cars from there. Yeah, there's this gas station, I believe, on the map. And yeah, I'm just like gonna just drive through this town because I think that we should stop at a gas station because I'm kind of curious what fuel this vehicle takes because I don't even think I checked it, and also I don't remember. And yeah, a few videos ago I found out you can actually refuel your cars in gas stations in BeamNGdrive, but they have to be a very specific type of fuel. I don't know what type of fuel this car takes, so yeah, that gas station right there, we literally just passed it, but I kind of don't care. I just want to drive long distance and look for one, because this is Italy. Italy is a wonderful place to drive through when there's no traffic. I bumped into a wall, that's sad, especially considering this car's $1.2 million according to automation, but here we are, a gas station. Like, I'd imagine this gas station having the type of fuel this car needs.
One very disappointing discovery later.
Okay, I'm out of here because this gas station sucks. It doesn't have any fuel that works for this car. What do you mean most gas stations don't carry race fuel? Gosh, that is so mean of them. That's so uninclusive of them. Like, seriously, I feel excluded. It's totally like I didn't buy a car that uses race fuel and expected it to use normal gasoline. My goodness, these gas station owners need to be more inclusive. Yeah, I just want to enjoy the view and just the driving experience and just look how high up we are already. Like, I think that was the town that for the gas station I passed and just ignored. And this is just a beautiful view from up here. We are very high up. Anyway, let's keep going. I think that this is just one of the most beautiful places in a video game. The only thing that would make BeamNGdrive infinitely better is if Maka Woohoo from Wii Sports Resort, you know, that island, if that was turned into a BeamNGdrive map, this game would be perfect if that were the case. Because I would absolutely love to drive through Maka Woohoo from Wii Sports Resort. That is like the greatest island ever made in a video game. Now, let's turn. I don't know if it's Castello or Fastello or where we're going. But all I know, we don't have traffic and we can go literally wherever we want. And this is just a beautiful car. Like, it's not the most beautiful car, but it's a pretty good looking car because of its simplicity. It's not overly garish and overly complicated like one of my old race cars or one of my older cars, but it is actually a pretty good looking car, all things considered. In fact, it is one of the better looking turbine thrashers, I'd even say, because there was one turbine thrasher I made. It was like the third iteration of the turbine thrasher, the third generation or third facelift, and yeah, I'm just gonna ignore that just to look at this town. That is a beautiful town, by the way. There's a giant bridge there. This is a beautiful map right here. Like, no wonder the BeamNGdrive team chose Italy. Italy is like one of the most beautiful countries on Earth, and it clearly shows. There's tons of beautiful places to drive, tons of beautiful places to look at. Like, I'm fairly certain Italy, if there was a list done for top 10 most beautiful countries, Italy would definitely get in first place, or maybe second. Even if it were like top 100 and everyone was included, Italy would definitely make it within the top 10 at the absolute least. Because just, when has Italy ever disappointed us? Some of the only bad things I can even think about that came from Italy are fascism and Benito Mussolini and a few other very specific things, mostly from the Roman Empire. And that's kind of all the bad stuff that came from Italy that I can think of off the top of my head. Yeah, other than that, Italy has not disappointed us. Seriously, like, Italy is one of the most beautiful countries on Earth, and there is a reason that Italy's cars are so beautiful. It's just like, there's just Italy just has beauty within it. Like, it's like, you can't have beauty without Italy. And, well, we're actually reaching the highest point of the island soon. And as all my videos have been ending recently, I am going to drive this car into the ocean, because I think that's a fair way to get rid of a car, especially in BeamNGdrive. Okay, don't get rid of a car in real life like that, that's bad. The only way you should get rid of a car in real life is by recycling it or donating it or something. Don't drive it into the ocean. Unless it is, I don't know, unless it's like the invisible boat car from SpongeBob that Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy drive. Unless it's their car and you stole it, definitely drive that into the ocean to give it back to them. You sick individual. Why would you steal from Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy? Oh my. My car is stuck. I should have definitely given a little more ground clearance or all-wheel drive, but that would have made it inaccurate to its original depiction. After all, it's painted black, not red. It's already inaccurate to its original depiction. But, well, this might be... Well, I'm just gonna be quiet until we reach the top, because I frankly just want to drive, and I don't really have anything else to say that much. We are finally here, the highest point in BeamNGdrive's Italy map, and this is just a beautiful, beautiful view we have. We have what looks like portalets, even though I don't even think you can use them. We have tons of roads, cliff sides, nature, all of that good stuff. We even have a radio tower behind us and a mission circle as well. But I'm just gonna stay here because this is beautiful. I don't even want to go into the ocean. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm going into the ocean. What did you think I was going to do? Deny tradition? Listen, I've been driving into the ocean multiple times in my BeamNGdrive and automation videos. So whee! This is awesome. Are you kidding me? Got stuck. I absolutely hate when that happens. I'm not even happy anymore. I'm literally not even happy anymore. I was happy to go into the ocean in my car, but no, I'm not. Oh my, this is disappointing. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna speed up this whole falling down this cliff process since there's too many trees. I don't like it. Oh my goodness. Why is this thing struggling to fall? Come on, keep falling. It isn't even that hard. Like, I wish BeamNGdrive gave you a chainsaw so you could cut down these trees. These stupid, unnecessary trees. Or I wish they were destructible, at least. Like, the moment your car touched them, they fell over. Okay, now we are actually starting to fall. We're actually starting to fall. That was probably... Okay, we're doing some flips. That's nice, and anyway, bye!